You challenge the authority of the king?
King only so long as we call him king.
Let that traitor perish while his treason is still black upon his lips. For by the Lord of God, no knight who is false can win in combat with one who is true.
All this I do swear on the hilt of my sword.
Gather round the campfire, all gamers and friends. I have a tale to tell. You'll want to stay to the end to hear the legend of the scene, the most amazing of men, the slayer of demons. You need to pay your respect. So relight the fire with chit-chat and sit back, stare into the ink-black night and think back to when knights were actually clashing. I'll bring back the greatest of the clan. Now make way for Simclash. Some called him Hearn, the hunter of men. Some called him Viking, and some called him friend. He wore the antlers of the stag that first bested him. And when the clock strikes midnight, best not mention him. When the night arrives, wide-eyed knights, they get struck down. When he rides, he slices, sideswipes, and he shuts down all competition, every player on the board. Simclash of the Black Country, the way of the sword is to live by and die by the blade for the game. One encounter with him, and you are never the same. He is wild and untamed, with the blade cased in flame. Simclash the mighty, prepare for his reign.
Prepare for battle.
We ride out tonight, so hold on to your horse. Simclash out in front, so all must stay the course. Cause we travel and battle across every adventure. The mightiest of clans, Simclash at the center. We ride out tonight, so hold on to your horse. Simclash out in front, and all must stay the course. Cause we travel and battle across every adventure. The mightiest of clans, Simclash at the center. Onwards, my good men. And women, and of course my gender progressive friends, basically all of you, onwards! For Simclash rides tonight, and we will follow him until we die. Well, maybe not till I die, but until it looks really very dicey indeed, and even then, I will stand by him. Onwards! It's not just epic gaming, but I pray you come along as Simclash finds new games to stumble upon as we tumble onto places in the multiverse. Simclash will improvise and rumble in unrehearsed, unbeatable, uncheatable, like some kind of voodoo, unless he's interrupted by Tiggy and Moo. His allies, his familiars, and a bit of a pain if they lay across the keyboard in the middle of the game. That's an absolute nightmare. Get off the keyboard!
Blind to all save his own grief and sick in the soul.
And now can you see why you need Simclash in your life? He burns through each quest like I burn through these mics. From Valheim to Embervale, enshrouded in armor. He's larger, he's faster, game starter, all father. Paranormal investigator, ordained minister, so he can take down foes and conquer the sinister. The Lord of the Realm, he's the best of the best. And if you watch his Twitch stream, you'll be very impressed. We ride out tonight, so hold on to your horse. Simclash out in front, so all must stay the course. Cause we travel and battle across every adventure. The mightiest of clans, Simclash at the center. We ride out tonight, so hold on to your horse. Simclash out in front, and all must stay the course. Cause we travel and battle across every adventure. The mightiest of clans, Simclash at the center.
Behold! The sword of power.
Morning. Maybe. Well, that's what happens when I rely on YouTube for my audio. I heard myself. My tablet wasn't working again. I need to get a new one, but hey, middle of the house, not a mouse hoof. Coffee's too hot still. My tablet still hasn't connected. Okay, let's get on with it. So today's game. Pardon my French, but wow. Yeah, you are on the. I guess it comes from when you used to be on the telephone line. You are on the telephone line. You are on the line. Okay, so this is today's game. I'm not sure if this keeps cutting out. I feel like this is cutting out. What the heck? Let's see what I can do about that. Let's toggle so VSync is on. Where is the screen mode? There is no screen mode setting. Don't want to. That's kind of annoying. No. I can see a screen mode setting, and that annoys me because I feel like the game's stuttering. I have to keep my do you know what, in fact, I just put both in just in case it's switching from one speaker to the other and I'm not noticing it. Okay, don't know anything about this game. Okay, so I need to go. Is it my tablet? It's gone. I don't think the tablet's really helping me. I need to. You have to bear with me a sec. It seems absolutely fine. It must just be my tablet. Just let me know if you hear any stuttering in the audio from the game, because that's what I was getting. That's really good. Yeah, you did a lot. I did a lot yesterday. That's why I've been awake for. What time is it? It's about 15 minutes. Yeah, okay, that's fine. My tablet must be playing up. I need a new tablet. Ugh. My tablet, which is what I use to check my audio, it keeps cutting out the audio. What is this? Better find a travel consultant. Okay. Move player. Change aiming. What the flippin' heck is that? Poop on tables? Walk up wall? Don't walk up walls and don't... Okay, don't poop on tables and don't walk up walls. Now that was very confusing. I probably would have... Yeah, I probably would have pooped on the table, to be fair. Judged based on that. I haven't seen your face before. This is the last stop. Can I get you something, sweetie? This is a bar. I mean, yeah, but not just a bar. Sweet, take a drink. Okay. Oh yeah, I was meant to go to the brain thing over here, wasn't it? You're handsome, Baz. Hello, Baz. Okay. And Barry, the resident travel consultant. Wow. Is this where I have to poop on the table? Is that how whatever he is, whatever his type is, I don't know. Let's take a gander at your ticket. Feed it in the slot like so. Like what, sir? Child's orientation permit. A portal jockey? That sounds like a bit of a... I don't know what it is. What's this? Complete orientation. Oh, I see. There's a chocolate bar or something here. Hello, dear. I'll be there in a sec. I'm not missing that, but hello. Oh, look how my guy... What? Look how my guy backpedals and all sorts. That's so weird. Well, how do I... Why can I interact with it over and over again? Oh, you have to hold F. To hold it, not just press it. Wow, like how I miss a lot. I need that. I wanted one of these for... So I was tried my hardest to get a stamp card like this for my stream, for when you guys collect your stamps. I spent ages trying to get it working. I just couldn't get a stamp card, like picture. Oh, you'll be my jockey. Hang on, you have to ride me. I mean, okay, if really, if that's how you want to do this, I've got your back. It's a metagate designated E36. Oh. Facilitate all the travel options and tours that are available to you. I'll send you off to exciting destinations with a smile. Let's do it. Let's go. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a clue what's going on. Why am I even here? Do I get to poop on the table? I think is the question. Search areas with F. Pick up. Oh, that's loot. I was going to say fireballs. Don't eat stuff from the trash. What the fuck is going on? I'm confused. I'm confused. Are these things bad? Oh no. Shoot weapon, right. That's what you're using. That's what you're using. Right. Don't stick a gun up your ass and shoot yourself in the face. Okay. What are these purple things? Are these bad? Okay. I don't really understand what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, I did scavenge 100 scrap. Oh, I was keeping going because I didn't think I'd got 100 scrap. Okay. I think I understand. This is room 1. This is the departure lounge. This is where I leave the level. That's why all the guns and things are here, to defend it and make sure I can get out. Okay, right. I might be able to do it from just in this room, to be fair. What's happening? I actually think I will be able to do it from just this room. I've done it. So anything else I get is a bonus. That's good news. Well. Uh-oh. Where's my health bar? Oh, space bar does that. Okay. I don't seem to have a health bar. It's annoying, man. Oh, it's the red line underneath me. Okay. Okay. I hope I can get better gun than that pistol. Because I did not like the pistol. With the type of game it is, I feel like a sweeping, like constant firing is better than having to just individually press each button and make sure you're definitely targeting the thing that you think you're targeting. Oh. Hold, please. Just go put hand cream on. My hands are terrible in the winter, and what we've spending the entire day yesterday trying to decorate. I was washing my hands a lot. I hate getting messy. Oh dear. How come they've got this thing and it doesn't... Oh, hello, assist. Hello, Ashley? I don't know, she hasn't got a name? Bottle Jockey. Use scrap to build defences. You mean there are no defences? Okay. So is this what levels are normally like? Just no, with no guns and no turrets and things like that. Just two. And then I have to build the problem I've got with it at the moment is I don't know where the enemies are going to be coming from. So where do you build your turrets? Like on that first level, are they going to go through here? No. Oh, there we go. Right. So, how do I build turrets, game? Right, build mode. Oh, it builds it on the square I'm on. Okay. Well, that's fine, I guess. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Can I remove that? Yes. So if I put a blockade wall here, and here, and here, there we go, we've got a wall. Nothing's coming up here now. And if I put there, there, and there, I'm guessing they can't walk through this gap. This feels like a tower defense, but I don't really understand it at the moment. I'm sure I will understand it eventually. big boys. I didn't put many turrets, did I? Yeah, they can't get between... Oh no, they can get around there. Oh. There's a dodge roll. Thanks for introducing me to the dodge roll game. So it's like tower defense. It's important to put. I only have walls. That's all I have. Okay, so a pistol's worse than my current gun. Can't pick that up. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Now that I like that. Did I just die? No. Just survived 20 seconds. I've barely got any health. I don't think this game's for me. I mean, this is the tutorial that I'm failing repeatedly. I don't... What are you shooting at? So I need to build. What if I just do this? And the same over here. That's cost me a lot of money, but they can only come from the rails now. I can probably put some down here if I really wanted to. Oh, no, I'm out of money now. So what you're telling me, game, is I have to spend every penny that I earn on building a defense so I can actually escape the level successfully. I don't know if I like that. Oh, also, why can't I interact with that? See, when you've just got a few like that, the actual like gunplay isn't too bad. That was fine. But it's the second this portal opens that I don't understand. Because there's no physical way I can figure out how to survive any of that shit. Look at me, I'm almost dead already. I don't understand. I definitely feel like this is a game that I probably could enjoy if I understood. I don't really understand. So you know you're doing something wrong when you've failed the tutorial mission 3 times. So there's not a lot I can build on this mission. So I think that is probably... no. But I think that is the best I can do in the time and with the money. So I need to get around here quicker because normally around here I end up getting caught here. I need to get... I can't just walk over stuff and pick stuff Right, now I can go and stand at the portal and I've just got to try and clear anybody that manages to get past the gun turrets, maybe? I cannot see what's happening at this point. How am I supposed to survive? What is going on? I mean, I survived. Or did I? I don't even know. I survived, but I failed to build 8 walls. Mainly because the walls were completely pointless. Mild peril. Just mild. This I've died like every time on this level. I don't think it's that mild. I've got no choice. I have to build 8 wall defences, which will be every penny I've got. No, that's not a wall. Right. Let's just do what I just did that time. That seemed to... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The problem is, I'm spending the whole of this level building these defences. I'm not getting any scavenging done. Also, I've just made the map bigger. I don't know how to make the map not bigger anymore. There we go. Same button. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, out of build mode, I guess. How do I get out of build mode? Same button. There's nobody here. You're dreaming things. So, travelling to the furthest point, getting the loot from the furthest point, and then heading back to the beginning seems like the proper way of doing it. Okay, are there any more bits of loot for me to pick up? I haven't even got the money that I spent getting, you know, on this level back yet. Like, when it says poor cloak, what does it mean? Like, that guy just spawned right in between all my walls. What was the point of my walls? Did I get out? No, I didn't get out because everybody spawned inside my walls. I don't understand. I don't like this game. Really don't like this game. It doesn't make any sense to me. This is a tutorial, might I point out. So I've got to build 8 walls, right? That's what the game tells me I have to do. I don't know the best place for 8 walls because the enemies can run past absolutely everywhere that I can build walls, and they can spawn in behind them. So that's 4. I mean, this didn't help last time at all, but hey, 4. And I don't have the money now to do anything else. Hey, look, what's that portal? I'm nearly dead already. Do I not heal? I mean, the fact that it takes so long to search really doesn't help. I didn't even have the money to put down that second multi that I had last time, so this is going to end worse than last time. Although I guess, well, it depends if any of them build put that stupid portal thing that damages me in by my portal that I'm supposed to use to get out. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the tutorial. So the way this is going, I am not going to enjoy the full game, the actual game of this. The least it could do to me, I'll tell you again, the least it could do is just have them on the first level on the tutorial as just melee. So I could shoot them and they can't attack me. Because I can't do this at all. The problem is I don't have the money to build good defences. If I put those down there, then when anybody comes running down this corridor, see, when you kill that guy, he makes a portal on the ground, and it hurts me if I stand on it. Doesn't? I thought it spawned out more enemies as well. So I'm glad it doesn't do that. How long have I got? 23 seconds. Why would I want a worse pistol game? Let's run. Or let's not run because we don't have the stamina to run. There we go. See, look, they can just walk straight round the wall. So it's a completely pointless thing. Like, if it was tower defense, you make a route that they can't get around. But that's kind of the whole point of the tower defense games. And I'd be okay with that. But as it is, I can't get anywhere, like, safe from them. I can't do this. I physically cannot do this. This just is definitely not for me. The problem is I need the walls to be reasonably close, because they don't do any defense otherwise, do they? They're not walls, oh, for Pete's sake. I thought they were... Yeah, I'm not enjoying this game. This is definitely not something I can see myself playing. I mean, what even is this railgun? Because a railgun sounds good, but when I used it, it wasn't all that good. So, I've put the mulches down, I've put the wall down. Now I can collect loot. And hopefully I don't die. Pick up. think if I had made this game, I'm not saying by any, stretch of my like good game design or anything, but I think I would make the searching slightly less, because it's important to do everything quick. You've only got, I mean, like I said, it could just be the tutorial thing, but you don't have much time to do anything before the enemies start coming. Oh, you absolute ass. Jesus, finally. I didn't think I was going to be able to make that because they put that last flipping exploding portal thing down directly on my home portal. I can see what they've tried to do with this game, but in my opinion, they haven't managed it. Okay, we got a new level. Okay. So what do we do out here then? Okay. Can I buy anything? Do I have money? Well, I could get a better gun. I mean, it's arguable whether it's actually a better gun, but what? So it's definitely tower defense because you've got flippers, you've got turrets. You got mulchers, you got what? So it's definitely a tower defense. But I mean, I'm going to build turrets. I hate that I've got to buy them and then buy them when I'm in the level as well. What the heck's that all about? There we go. We got some more. I forgot the word. What they're called. Oh, I can scrap things from here, look. So that's 35 below, or below by 35, I don't know. How do I scrap it? No, I didn't want to equip it, I want to scrap it. No. How do I? It says to press G to scrap an item. Ah. It's wrong when it says to press J. it's right trigger. Right, mouse button. There's probably no point in me carrying 3 of these in my inventory. I only need the one. I mean, scrap it? No, I can't scrap it. Can I? Use that. Scrap that. Hang on, that is 119.45. Okay, so scrap that one. Scrap that one. Use the points we got to customize it. I don't use the machete though. The problem is the enemies shoot, so you're not going to use a machete against enemies that shoot at you. Okay, right. I've leveled up the pistol, now does 114. Might be useful for all of those that I can. And I've got an empty inventory, I'm guessing, so I can still collect other guns. So that's fine. Oh, hang on. I can now collect the other gun. Can I? Ah. Now this does 152 from the off, and I can level it up. And that is what we're going to use from now on. Okay. That's okay. That might actually be official. Well done, old bean. Okay. Okay, show me it. I haven't got any money to buy anything from the benefits board, but... Okay, I start with an extra 300 scrap. So okay, that's a start. What is this that just lit up? I'm not. Honestly, I see what they've tried to do, but it's definitely not for me. So, as a good example, I failed the tutorial about 8 times. And I've got to get past the tutorial and see what the actual game is like. Do you know what I mean? Like, the tutorial forces you to do a specific thing. So, it might just be that it was forcing me to do something that doesn't really come natural to me. It forced me to play as a tower defense game, but the tower defense was like, so I've got no turrets or anything here, and I've only got 300 money. So what I've got to do is I've got to put the fence down for my exit. So where are the enemies likely to come from? I'm guessing here maybe. So that's one turret. Let's put another turret here, and then. But I'm supposed to also be exploring the level. And I'm not exploring the level because I'm building a wall. And I'm like, I don't want to... Do you know what I mean? Oh my god, it wasn't kidding when it said they're living sex dolls. Cat, get off. How long does this take to... So the key is you earn money in the top right. You have to use that to build a defense around your portal. The horde is arriving in 40 minutes, and I haven't done anything to prepare for the horde. Get off my copy here. No, this isn't. The horde are approaching. I'm definitely not ready. I don't mind, you know what I mean? I don't mind this mechanic. I find this is actually kind of fun. With running around shooting. And the base defense, the tower defense can be fun as well. But the problem is, it doesn't give you much time to do everything. And like, yeah, I can't. Oh, so this particular horde is made up from sex dolls, that's why. On the first level, there were luchadors because I was in Mexico. Yeah. It's a little bit better now I've got an actual half-decent gun. Like, on the last level, I had a pistol, and it was awful. What's this red line here as well? I don't... This fucking cat as well, I don't know. Three of five. No. No, I haven't watched kids' TV since the 90s, 80s, maybe 90s, maybe a little bit into the 90s. Pac-Man used to be in the. Pac-Man used to be in the. So yeah, there was an old Pac-Man show because it used to be in the Game Master, Captain N, the Game Master. This fucking cat. No, it wasn't a system. It was a Nintendo TV show called Captain N, the Game Master. It had all Nintendo characters, and it was including Link and Zelda and things like. Oh no! Oh, because of course that's a dead end. I can't walk over that little bit of floor. I mean, that was better than the previous one. because I could survive the hordes for the most part. It was only I only died because I got caught. I thought I could walk over that floor and I couldn't. Which I hate that in games. That was what I sent you on that TikTok thing that I sent you. Those old games, he's like vaulting over walls and things like this, and then as soon as you take control, it's like, oh no, you can't climb over there. I do hate that in games, like all games, where you're playing a character who's like in the cutscenes destroying the world and like flipping lifting mountains and things, and then you take control and you're like, what? I can't do anything. What the heck? So this red thing is the explosion, and that's an explosion happening, so I understand that, at least. I don't want that. I don't like that it takes time to search as well. I feel like it takes way too long to search. Fine. Don't worry about taking too long to reload, man. This. Oh no. See, look, when you're out in the open like this, it's not so bad. Oh, don't mind if I do get that power up there. So you find blueprints and they're like, what the fuck was that? Three of five. This will be 4 of 5. See, like, all told, it's not bad. I don't hate the game, but it's not my type of game, and I feel like some of the decisions have made it unreasonably unfair. And I don't have grenades either. I feel like I should have hand grenades. You'd think a railgun would be slightly better than that, whatever that was. That's my secondary gun. It's a rail gun. And, you know, I'm dealing with sex dolls. You'd think I'd be better at railing them than that. Well, the portal's about to open, which means we're about to get another horde of monsters. And now this is where the tower defense part comes in, and I've done no work on it because I've been too busy trying to do everything else. I think, right, the point with this game, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct, you're supposed to play this in multiplayer. One person goes out and achieves the objectives, one person stays home and builds the base and the defense. That's what I think. It's how it feels, because there's too much for one person to do. Like, I've had no defences built down here because, you know, I didn't have the time. That's it, dead. And the portal was literally about to open that second. And that's what's happened on every level so far. And it's kind of frustrating because I could stay here and build all the defences, but then I'm not achieving the objective. Do you know what I mean? I'm not then, which means I'm going to get more groups of. Why do you know what that is? That's my secondary gun. It's a rail gun. And, you know, I'm dealing with sex dolls. You'd think I'd be better at railing them than that. So yeah, I don't hate the game. It's definitely not for me. And I feel like if there was more than, if I had friends on it, it would probably be really fun. But like for a single player, there's three things you've got to do. You've got to achieve the objective in the top corner, destroy the 5 nests. You have 2 minutes before a horde of enemies come for you. So you've kind of got to get that done. And you've also got to defend your base. And you've also got to go out and make money to defend your base because you don't have that much money to stop. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, there's a lot of different things going on that I think with a second player would probably be fine. I've never stood in that circle to see if it actually hurts me. So I've put 4 turrets down there now. I feel like that should be enough to help a little bit. But then a lot of it is me. I've got to try and stay alive. That's the problem, avoiding the bullets. Probably from before. So now the horde's coming. I should probably stop what I'm doing and get back here, maybe? Okay. I think it makes sense to come back here and try and build up the base while I'm in a horde like this. Although it's going to break all my defences before the last horde comes, that's the problem. What happened there? This seems okay. Okay. Okay, so that explosion does do damage in that circle. So that's okay. What's this? Oh yeah, that's what you do when people play loud music. You play loud music back. You play loud flipping thrash metal. That's what you do. The oh, that sort of music, really, really loud. And if you have to go out, you go out. I used to have a friend, and he always used to post on Facebook that his next door neighbours were playing Ace of Base super loud, so that's what he'd play in return. That sort of music. Block. Block picks. See, I quite like the shooting mechanics and everything. I just, for me, I just wish it was a bit easier. I know that sounds really, but you know, I play games for fun. I like a nice easy game. I don't mind like being able to finish it. You know what I mean? I'll never complain that a game's too easy, honestly. I'm just in it for a laugh and something to spend a bit of time doing. Alright, there's another wave. Should probably head back. Oh. The only problem with this damn gun is like how long the flipping reload is. It's awful. Maybe, I don't know. Uh-oh. Nice. The explosion from that took all of them out. See what I mean? That it's actually there's some fun mechanics in it, but I feel like they've just done too much. I feel like they've just done too much with it. as I said, so that it's better for multiple people, so there's more to do. Where am I? How do I get out of here? Okay. Oh, that photo I sent you as well yesterday, Swaggy, of the before and after. They're the opposite sides of the room. So the one side of the room I had been painting. The other side of the room, that's where my computer's going. I hadn't actually done any of the painting for that at that point. In fact, no, I still haven't. Unfortunately, with there being no electric, about 3-4 o'clock it starts getting dark. So it's like, well, we have to go. Hi, my name is Slim Shady. Oh, soft brush. Okay, well, let's hope that doesn't get caught. I mean, catch on. I don't think you can catch thrush. Isn't it, what's it? Fungal, like a yeast infection type thing. Not something you just catch, it's something that, well, that everybody has at all times. I'm just going around and finding all of these. As you said, I probably won't play much more of it. I'm not. If I'm entirely certain, if I'm entirely honest, I'm not enjoying it. The basic mechanics are okay. But as I said, I think with multiple people, it might be fun. I just got to find 2 more things in this place. I'm not going to a departures lounge. I'm looking for things. I don't really know where they could be. So this is what you do. So in the level, you probably noticed I found like extra things. So you spend this currency in the top corner here to buy. Even though you found the blueprints, you have to buy them. You have to just hold the gas can and pour it. The same way as you fill the shelves, you just hold the gas can and pour it into the petrol pump. A bit weird. They could at least have you pour it into the hole in the ground that's there for the petrol pumps to fill up, but hey. So I might get a shotgun. I guess it's perfectly valid to just put like, oh, I'm going to put 150 into this and then I've only got to get another 150. That kind of works. But I can now buy, oh, it's a special weapon. No, it isn't a special weapon. I've got to find it in the level first. I just bought the shotgun. Where is it? Oh, do I have to... Hang on. Do I have to leave? Yeah, I thought I did. So the shotgun does 176 damage, less than the SMG. It is nice having that bloody hair trigger though, so it just fires. And then I can press the right button. I can improve the level, which makes it do 227 damage, which feels very useful for a shotgun. I don't know how useful a shotgun is going to be, but we're going to use it and see what it's like. Let's go and give it a try on that level we were just on. Is there any? Oh yeah, there is. Mild peril and 2 horde waves. Locate the exit portal and kill 150 enemies. Okay, we're going back to this first level so you can see what I was on about. Oh, so I don't start at the portal on this level. I have to make my way to the portal. Okay. But these lasers set off... Oh no, they don't. Not if you use them properly. Okay. I've got 2 minutes till the first wave. It's going to be difficult to deal with a wave with a shotgun, to be fair. Especially these guys. We don't do lockpicks. I'm hoping there's a way around the whole level without lockpicks. It's going to suck otherwise. Because I'm sorry to say, that looks like a locked door again. What did we get? We found another shotgun. I mean, we'll take it anyway, because we can always scrap it and get some extra points. Now the problem is, right, that their ammo is those purple, you know, that purple stuff that's coming at me. But also their pickups are the purple stuff. So what I find I'm doing is I'm trying to pick up the purple stuff and actually getting hit, because I thought that was what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, that wasn't even the horde. What the heck? Well, if that wasn't even the horde, I don't imagine this is going to end well. Oh, I found the portal. Oh, nice. Well, the good news is, I think I can build the defences around the portal if I get a chance. I mean, what the heck? How was I supposed to avoid all of that? Oh, by using the dodge button. Yeah, I don't like this game. This is not for me. I gave it a good try though. Only like an hour and a half, but yeah, that's not for me. 10 of 11 sides. I gotta at least get like 11 of 11 sides here. Ah, I found the other site. Oh, I can't go in there. It's locked. Ah. Well, as I said, not for me. Didn't hate it. I hated how it is in single player. I think it needs to be, and maybe it's just because I'm not a player of that type of game often. But yeah, that was definitely not for me. Oh, do you know what I could put on? Because it's already downloaded. And oh no, do you know what? It's probably going to be this. Right. Yep, it's definitely going to be that. Okay, I've got another game ready. And it's going to be this because I feel like I might be able to complete this. There we go. So we're going to go on a different game. There. I'm going to try this. Or maybe not. I did just try and load it. It just crashed. It might be one of those games that really doesn't like being alt-tabbed. There we go. Right. That way I can leave the game. Okay, so apparently this game is an hour and a half, which is about how long we've got left on Stumbleupon. So we're going to give this one a try. Audio is on. Yeah. That was the problem.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing the Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it's Counter-Strike.
You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this.
Why are
This
the
is what I
doors
like
so
about
big
all
as
of
well?
Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
What? Okay.
Warning. Whisper machine active. Shift destruction imminent.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Oh.
You can click to fire the gun.
But do I have anything to fire at?
Control breached. Hostile alien life forms inbound.
Oh no.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets. But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that
I'm out of
was
bullets.
complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Also, how do I go back? Ah, the door over there.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
I didn't realise there was something at the bottom of the universe. Oh my word. Oh.
Apparently, the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the Whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it?
Would you kill yourself?
Would you give yourself?
Yeah, whatever. There's not anywhere else to go.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Is it even working? Yeah, why did that work all of a sudden? There's a bug. I don't understand. What do you mean there's a bug?
The beam causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it, like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
The past was behind her. Oh, I can't move. Why can't I move?
Yep.
Oh.
In this game, you can only walk backwards.
What? Oh, this is... What?
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope. It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
Honestly, it was quite an interesting... Yeah, it was quite an interesting idea, to be fair.
Next one.
Oh. It feels like a horror game. You are now entering...
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting. Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
What the heck?
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
I can't...
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
He probably didn't want me to press enter though, he probably wanted me to complain.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
I have to scream. What? Do I have to do that? Ah! No, I don't have to do
Coda would
that.
often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Okay. Ready, set, pick. Now this sounds fun. This cat's really getting on my nerves today. No, I don't know what it is you're trying to get, but you can't have it. It's on my computer desk, it's out of bounds. The thing that worries me is that that's where I put my flipping paracetamol, and he's there like trying to reach stuff. I'm like, no.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go
door.
ahead and see if you can solve it.
Oh my god, you shift. I can't. You're very annoying today. Already. I don't deserve these, to be fair. There he is. Mo. There we go, I'm out of cat treats. Well, I just heard an earthquake upstairs. She's jumped down from the cat tree. Oh wow. Fog effects. Yeah, well, no, I'll get some more tomorrow. It's fine. I'm not streaming there for a week, am I? It's only a once per... Move down there. It's only a once a stream thing anyway. What do I do? I've come into a misty room, but I can't... Yeah. Not really.
Alright, let me just walk you through it. You're gonna hit the switch on the outside to open the door, then hit the same switch and walk through the door before it closes.
Kind of already
You'll
figured
see
that
a
out.
second switch on the inside, which will open the second door. Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
I kind of had just figured it out just as you told me, to be fair, so... No worries.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
You want me to remove the walls? Is that what you're telling me? What?
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing.
Yeah.
Or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Yeah, I got 7s this week, which means I can't stream. I can come on Valheim and, you know, do stuff, but you are now exciting.
Aha. So this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
I ordered my new internet yesterday for the new place. 500 meg download. I decided not to go with the gigabit. I don't need gigabit. That's just crazy.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do.
And all
So
of
in other
these
words,
look like
the
they run on
engine is a
Source.
set of tools for game development.
They're all blatantly Source
To make
engine
all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source.
I know.
Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're
when I
going to end up
originally
making.
was going to sign up,
You might
there
consider
was a
paying
deal
attention to the architecture in
where I
Coda's
could get it
games
for
to
like
notice how they seem to
essentially
stem from an engine that's very
$25.
good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Obviously not dollars. I just translated it, you know. Unfortunately, when I went on yesterday to set it up, that deal apparently had ended, and so it was like £40, $40. And I was like, I ain't paying $40 because the thing is, I'm keeping both. I've only got 6 months left on my contract with this internet, and I'm like, if I've only got 6 months left, they ain't gonna let me get out of the contract. So I'm just gonna keep this for a few months. So I went with the cheaper option. It was like $18.99. Yeah, well, it was $18.99 for 500 meg. I quite like this. Yeah, well, that's what I thought. I thought, do you know what? I'll happily take 500. I'm nearly at the bottom. Is this the aim to get down here? Ah! Can't. So now this is really interesting. I really like this. Look at this. Oh, nice. You'll enjoy that. What?
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that. This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Man, I really feel like I'm playing Half-Life.
It's the puzzle again.
Hey!
With the exact same solution as the last time.
It's a different game, so it doesn't matter if it's got the exact same solution.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
That's good. I expected the controls to be terrible. I mean, they are for me. I don't like the control scheme in those games, like in the Resident Evil or anything. Hello.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities.
Yes, I came from above.
Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Okay. Why do you want to get out of the prison? I'm going this way. Ah. Okay.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Oh look, outside.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, you know, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
The light is exactly, the light leads you to there.
Which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Okay, man, let's go. Is that right? How do I see the note? Nice room. Not. Okay.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're gonna see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings.
If there's nothing going to happen extra with reading all of them, why did I change from blue to white?
Voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
I'm sorry, game. Why did I change from blue to white?
That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
What, there's a free t-shirt? I need the t-shirt. How do I get this t-shirt? Open sesame. Open sesame. I am reading every single one I can get to. What's that? The little tune they make's really quite cool. Doop, deep, deep, doop. Can't get over there. Oh yes, I can get over here. No, I can't name the two countries that share the Victoria Falls. Are they the ones in Venezuela? Or are they the ones in Africa somewhere? No, I don't think that's the Angel Falls. Or is that? No, I don't know. But that's why I can't do it. I always get waterfalls mixed up. I am getting every single one of these that I can reach. I'm going to get an achievement for doing it. The achievement's going to be you sad, lonely. The fact that every single one of them has something different to say.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution. He understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on. And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and
Somebody
connect
made
the
it.
pieces together. To
Somebody
grasp
made it
that
through the door.
elusive bigger picture.
Well, I was wondering how you leave notes. That's why I know it wasn't real, because there was no option to what? You thought the whispers were bad? I am speaking. It's not my fault you can't hear me. Jeez.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes. Hang with it.
Yeah. Oh, nice coffee table. Yeah, I knew it was going to be the ones in Africa, and I don't know any place names in Africa. The door. You thought I wouldn't figure it out, game. Oh, this wall's cool. The title of what? Oh, this, yeah. I mean, arguably, they probably die younger than most people.
See, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
This isn't version 2, this is version 1. It's not a TV. That's not stoves. Ten by 12 recessed electric 6-inch soft LED ceiling lights with fluorescent trim. Live Tesla coils in each corner. That's not a Tesla coil.
There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
Not wrong.
So okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
What the fuck? Hello, please walk forward. The bizarre. Okay.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape. Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this, to see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice
there is
telling you to
no
stop.
way to level
That
design your
particular
level
mechanism
upside
of
down.
defense against
This one
yourself.
again. Let's go. Let's
Without
go.
it, you just
Oh no, I
spiral.
can't get off.
And so he keeps going and going and going
Oh,
and
I
going
guess you
and
can't
going.
get out. Okay.
And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
What do you mean? Looks like another labyrinth to me. I mean, a bad labyrinth, but it looks like a labyrinth nonetheless. Oh, I'm Doctor Who, or Bill and Ted. One or the other. Or both, maybe. Hey, it's me. I'm you after you escape from the prison.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
No, I can't. I'm just pressing random buttons now. Didn't mean to just press random there.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
I mean, I guess.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
What the heck is this?
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
What the heck? Person over there. This is very untidy. Look at this. Make your bed.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Oh, how do I select? What, I've got to go and make the bed? What the heck? You do it yourself. Okay. Can I wash up the dishes? Well, why don't you do some of it? Bloody hell. Slave driver.
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing.
Excuse me?
It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful. I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
It's the one I can't see from where I was standing.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace. But, of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
And the light.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it. This one gets a bit
Items
goofy.
you love at members only prices. Nice. Why did you come here today? I didn't really much of a choice. Why is my... Okay.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Oh dear.
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
I wouldn't say it's a classroom, it's more of an auditorium. No, I can't go there.
I fell pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
Trying to get on with the rest of your life whilst the world is being destroyed.
And totally fulfilled in every
Feels
way.
very familiar.
And completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda
Click on
to
the
make.
table.
It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took
Right in
him
the
to make
picture.
any other game before this. And it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Very weird. I knew those lights were just going to come on. That's out leaning against what wall? Ah. do you mean I need to be a human being? Here are all my hopes and dreams. Can I walk over to it instead of leaning on the wall? It'll be okay. Hello. Hello, dear. This is fun. Oh, they've all this everything. Oh, this. Oh, it's another street lamp. Am I supposed to go to the street lamp, or am I supposed to go down here? Look at this.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Oh, it's going to be a good one then, 5 months. You must keep your eyes closed.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
The heck? There is a solution to this, is there? I know what the solution is.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way. His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
What a person. You silly people. Yeah, not off.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for? Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew
Why
of
do I
him,
just know
this was a
that
result of how
this is going to be
isolated
that?
he was.
It's not
He
going to
was
be that
in
door
his own
puzzle
little
at some
bubble,
point.
just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on. You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
I wish game development was effortless. Actually, no, I don't, because then we'd have a lot more people making absolute trash. Start it again. I don't know, because if you're
Seeing this game at the
talking,
time that he
you're
made it,
not
looked
the
really
person that
unhealthy to me.
should be.
I was watching
Yeah,
him
if
do
you're
this to
talking to
himself,
somebody
and I hated
else,
it.
then yes, you
I
can
hated
talk
seeing
yourself
him
out of
so
loneliness. But if you're talking
like
to yourself, then
Video
you're
games
definitely lonely.
are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Exactly.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop. But it didn't
No,
stop.
I completely get it.
After finishing
I
this one,
completely get what
Coda
they're...
takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
I think we do. I think the whole point of it is that's what this game's about. Every single game has been leading towards a person that's got like really bad depression and is trying to do something. Hi, guard. Okay, thanks. Can I hit the button? I don't know what it means, but okay. Can I hit the button? Hang on, what have you got in your head? Green. Can you close it again, please? Maybe we don't need to this time. Oh, okay. I thought it wanted me to press. Like, walk up to them and press them. Apparently not.
And of course, it's the machine.
Can't interact with it. Oh, let's just press 1. Yeah. Excuse me? Can I sneak through this curtain? No.
Remember, you can click to fire the gun.
At what? I know how to fire a gun, but what am I... Oh.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work? So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Don't have a weapon, do I?
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person, felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like them.
I really need to do the wheel for next week. Hold please, wheel. I noticed it's got all the games back on it again. I changed that last week. I specifically went on the website and edited it and made a new wheel. Hang on. Right, new wheel. So this is all the games that haven't come out. Right, here we go. Let's see what we get. Next week's game. Intravenous. Okay. Intravenous. That sounds like another game I don't want to play.
And I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy.
So
anyway,
vampire,
Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower. And to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
The Tower.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it.
What?
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Yeah, that maze is horrible. What the heck?
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Can I just stand on the end of this? Yeah, I can. Hey.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Heck. He's with the hydrate. Oh yeah.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand
He's with
why.
the ooh, cold coffee. I'm not thirsty. I've drank a lot during this. I always do. That's why for a longest time I didn't have a hydrate, and then people complained, "Oh, you should have a hydrate." And a lot of people were like, "We use it to remind ourselves." I was like, "Well, that's why I've got that button."
I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them. I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for.
I've got a decent bladder.
I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him.
I can usually do like
I asked
probably
him
like
please
three
to tell me
and a
what
half.
3 dots mean.
Maybe
And
sometimes I had to push 4 without needing to go.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left. and it felt somehow like I had failed.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like, I can cope with... So I've drank 2 drinks during this. I can cope with that. If I drink a 3rd drink, then yeah, I'm not long after I'm going to be needing the toilet.
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally, for a moment while I had that, I liked myself. And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing.
Is this person
Less than
talking
nothing.
that we're supposed to think
What
is
does that
somebody else? Is this himself, and it's his internal monologue, and it's his games, and it's like it's the high rent thing? I feel like it probably is.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
Asshole.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please.
I mean,
I need to feel
what
okay
you're doing
with
here
myself
is,
again.
if this
And
is
I always
if
felt
what
okay
I said
as
is
long
not
as
the
I had your work
case,
to see myself in.
then what you're doing here is doing the
something
exact
wrong
same
with
thing
me?
he's told you to stop doing.
I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry.
This
I'm
door
sorry.
getting closer.
Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want
the
is
room
to
is
know that
getting
I'm
closer.
going to be
I thought
okay.
it was. I was going to say, is the room getting smaller? Feels like it. Is this not from Half-Life 2? I feel like this is from Half-Life 2.
more love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Okay, and? Okay. Nothing's happening. I thought he was going to carry on.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Hey, this is the first level of Serious Sam. Interesting. Well. I'm presuming it's filling up. That's what's happening. Yes. Come on, let me jump out. There we go. Why am I feel like I'm going around in circles? but very somber. There's that thing I've got to jump into again, that laser beam. I tried to walk backwards in case it was fitted as the walking backwards game, but now it looks like it's jump into the laser beam game. Oh, apparently it's not that. I know it is. I'm going up. We're going up, up, up. It's a moment. Oh, gold. No, thank you. I'm not doing this maze. Fuck that. I've got shoulder cramp. I was spending the entire day yesterday painting. Oh, that perfect circle in the middle when you rotate it quick enough. So it's just going to drop me and go, solve it.
Turn back from this cave.
4R, apparently.
You said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles. And you're so tired. But I know that you're strong.
Alright. Can't. I had to skip adverts. I don't think the game likes that. Things crash because I had to tab out. Okay, well, that was it. It was good. That was. It didn't even really tell me, but I do feel like that was a. I mean, obviously, it's a fictional story, but that coder character is actually the person that's talking. And he's got like two versions of himself: the recluse game designer, and the version of himself that wanted to get known and to be out there and to have people sort of go, wow, your games are so good, blah, blah, blah. And he just hates himself for it. Very much, as I said, very much high Ren style. It would feel fitting to end the stream with high Ren, to be fair, after that, but I don't want to cry on stream. And also, I would have to snooze ads like 3 times because the song's like nearly 10 minutes long. But it does feel fitting, honestly. Oh, let's have a look while I'm here, and I've still got a few minutes, at what Intravenous is. Okay, there's a sequel Oh, well, I think I'll have to pick something else for next week as well. I don't think this will be my sort of cup of tea. It looks very Hotline Miami. Is that the name of the game? I mean, compared to the game today, which is a very similar style, at least it looks a bit more slower paced, so it might be a bit more enjoyable, to be fair. Why would I want to? How weird would showing my stream on my stream? That would be odd. Right, I'm done. In more ways than one. So this coming week, I am working the 7 a.m. shifts. The 7 a.m. shifts do mean that I really don't get time to stream in the morning, so I'm not even going to say, oh yeah, I'll probably be able to stream one of these days, because I probably won't. So that's not to say I probably won't go on to Valheim or like anything else, but I'll probably only be able to spend like an hour and a half on there. What else? I've got decorating and stuff to do at the new flat as well, so that kind of limits. I can't really do anything in the afternoons or evenings. Like the last few weeks when I was on the late, I have been able to sort of pop on the evenings and just do food because work is kind of quiet at that time. I can just sort of have my laptop, my computer open, do some work, and then just like cook a bit of food because it does it automatically for the most part. So that's not been a problem, but I won't be able to do that this coming week. The week after I am on the late shift, I won't be able to do anything at the flat, the new place. So it will simply be more streams in the morning probably and work all day. And then next Saturday, I think I said, it might be a good idea for us to go and take out the Elder. So if any of you are hoping to get people on the server, it might be better to do it sooner rather than later. I mean, they can join once we've beaten the Elder, but the problem becomes if they get any raids at the village, really. That's going to make it a bit harder for them. So yeah, that's it. I hope you all have a great Sunday. And I probably won't raid out. It's not. I don't usually raid out on the Sunday. Oh, why not? I mean, Swaggy's streaming. No, I'm not raiding out. Not after Stumbleupon. I never feel like it on a Sunday. I hope everybody has a good day, and I will see you next time.